Hi, my name is Notion. Some guy's name is Shubon, Spurs Video Podcast. Apologies to a guy called Dom, who was very patient, gave me 20 minutes of his time before trying to do a YouShubes podcast together, and the software on my phone let me down, so it didn't record the MP3, I couldn't support it, so apologies to Dom, I feel like a real dick, but hopefully we'll try, if Dom's a game, hopefully we'll do another one, and via Skype, and we'll try and record it this way. A couple of things I'm hoping to get to talk about really. First of all, what a fucking great day! 3-0 winning at Fulham. Chelsea and Arsenal both lose. And a mate of mine who's an Arsenal fan, and he's only ever to text to me when Arsenal win and Tottenham lose. And obviously it's about 2 weeks ago. He had a fucking banner day. So so now I just texted him back. Today's his birthday. Hey Raz, and just so saying, fucking hell, it's a bit of a bad birthday present from your boys in red, eh? So that was kind of enjoyable. Tell you what though, the Spurs Fulham game, that 3-0, if someone said to me 3-0, but look, at the end of the day, I'll say yeah, I'll take a 1-0 win. But to win 3-0, it's impressive, but that was not a flattering, that's a very flattering scoreline. I felt that Schwartz should have done much better with that Sandra goal. I mean, Sandra's a beast, and took a shot. It did move, swung a little bit, but I thought Sandra should have done a lot better. I'm sorry, Schwartz should have done a lot better from Sandra. Fucking, I'm doing a Tony Gale now. And then Sigurdsson came along. Good assist. And this is the thing about Sigurdsson. I think I was saying to Don about this. I think Sigurdsson, Dempsey, very much like Pina last season. I think the best player coming off the wing. But obviously you've got Gareth Bale there. Well, he can't play every game. We found out from this injury. So how he plays, I think, how he sets up, especially this Thursday, especially if Bale's still injured. I mean, I think it's a hamstring. It didn't look like it did like he pulled it, but I think it's one of those things where bit of ice. I don't think he'll be back for Thursday. He won't be rushed back, but hopefully he'll be back for definitely that game at Sunday because Everton are a very, very tough team. Obviously Dawson as well. That's just bad luck, another injury. But and Bertov, I mean, some of the passes he put the touches and the ability he showed was just fucking they were like monumental. And I thought because I think there was a goal that they saved off the line, and it just looked to me as like bloody hell. It could have been a dicey game, but thankfully, we managed to get the goal. The second goal really killed them. You saw them leaving, and then that third goal. But Clint Dempsey, apart from that assist, a good side through pass, and apart from being booed I think there was a wide shot from him and being booed by Fulham fans every time he got the ball. Let's face it, I didn't hear a lot of boos. Maybe that was just me, and I just don't know what else he did. I think he's really going to struggle. I think as Dom was saying, he's very much anticlimactic signing really. From we were looking to get Moutinho or Willian, and we ended up signing Clint Dempsey. Tell me how anyone's not going to be a bit disappointed, signing him. When we could have signed, players like the quality of Moutinho or Willian. And I think we haven't got that passer that can play between the lines. So we've lost Luka Modric, great player, and what Luke was very good at, for me anyway, is that he could be an outlet. He could receive the ball, pass the ball, and I've been talking about Tom Carroll and Dom calling up and said, look, I know you've been re-rating him, but he's young. He needs to put a bit of muscle, and I agree with Dom. I think he is young. I don't think he looks to play his passes. He didn't have the best. Only had 5-10 minutes. He didn't have a really chance to put a stamp on the game. But for me, the difference between him and Huddleston is that he's not in the position. He can't put himself in the position to receive the pass and to play that quick pass. I think once he gets to playing a lot more games, I think that game will develop. The example I gave, and I don't know if I'm agreed or not with it, but we'll just remember losing Judas to the Scums, and we brought in Dean Richards. I think paid 9 million for him. I think it was, and in the end it wasn't him with Ledley King. Very different type of player, but within a couple of years, Ledley King had become our linchpin defender. I think, why not? Maybe because I'm invested, he's a homegrown, but I really think Tom Carroll can do it. And I think we saw that. Today was a smash and grab. Don't get me wrong, they all count. A win is a win is a win. Chelsea, I mean, look, everyone remembers fateful day in May where it was I think Bayern Munich should have won it. They ended up buying Hazard, Oscar. They already signed Marin. They signed Moses. And they signed some when those players. We end up losing our best player because we're not in the Champions League. So I'm really certain that if we win the Champions League, Luke would have stayed. There's no argument. I don't think I've said, I want to win the Champions League. Real Madrid, great team. We'd probably pay for 45 million or something. But I still think that if we'd been in the Champions League, we would have kept Luka, but we weren't. And now we're level on points. But it's such an up and down league. I mean, Don was saying, 1 and 2 are sign up. It'll be Manchester club that's going to win the trophy, lift the Premier League trophy. But between 3 and 10, it can be up and down because by December we could be back in 10th again. It's just that up and down, up and down. It can you get a bad result, back down to 7th. It's just such an open. It's very exciting. I think. I don't know if it's just a lack of quality in the Premier League because obviously we've lost some really good players. Obviously, like Modric to Spain, and we have Man United. Obviously we've got Kagawa, they from the Bundesliga, but they haven't been any real big spenders of really bringing talent in. And I don't know. I don't know what you like guys feel, but I just think, look, to win 3-0, you got to take a win. Take the result, but. We're not like Chelsea. You want to, because at the end of the day, when you rely on luck, that luck will eventually run out. I know what Major Hank will say that Man United, they get lucky all the time, and they do. But I don't want to rely on luck. That's just me. Maybe I'm a typical Spurs fan. And look, and Dom was right because Dom was saying Spurs fans were fickle, and we are. But I think personally today, Fulham are unlucky. I think Sandoros made a couple of mistakes. Schwartz made a couple of mistakes, and we're three goals to good. Can we stay fourth? I think we have a good chance. I mean, West Brom, they're now. I'm not saying they're going to slip because who knows? They'll be probably back and probably win next week, but they're slipping a little bit. Chelsea today. I mean, I haven't seen the game. I'm looking forward to the match of the day though, like you would not believe. But it's a. I don't know. It's a very very open. 3 to 22 is bloody open. I think. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. The one, and hoping like next time I do it, Don will agree. Obviously, when I talk about Panathinaikos a little bit, because I'm not going to bother doing a separate Spurs podcast for that. Because I don't care about the Europa League. I think it's been devalued UEFA. There's no money for it. You don't win. Don't get the Champions League. You don't win a ton of money for it. And Dom actually said he disagreed. He thought it's a trophy. You've got to try and win it, but balance it. And he was saying to me, good excellent point, is the fact that we've devalued the domestic cups. It's all about league, Champions League, and you know what? I don't know because the FA Cup is magical. I think when you get to that last 16, that's when it does get a bit magical. And I think for the small teams. I think we played Charlton this year, and I also remember JD nicking Gio Dos Santos' goal. But I think is it magical? Yes, for the small clubs because I think on any given day you'll have an absolute giant killing. I don't think you'll see that giant killing as much in the Champions League as much, and you can say partly because the FA Cup people don't really care about it. For me, the FA Cup will always be more important than the League Cup by far, even though the monetary rewards. Probably the FA Cup, you get more money for it, and obviously there's more prestige to the FA Cup than there is going to be to the League Cup. But for me, the FA Cup is one of those things that, I'm sorry, it's just there is a magical about it. I'm not sure if I agree with you, Dom. I know that there's been devaluation of it, but I think if someone said to me, "What would you rather win, the FA Cup or the Europa League?" I'd rather win the FA Cup, even though the Europa League gets the attention of, let's say, the Europeans. Oh wow, they won the Europa League. But, because to win the Europa League, you obviously have to play some Champions League, drop-ins. That's all. Or someone who's actually been a Champions League drop-in. But there's something more magical about the FA Cup. That's just me. I definitely played the same back four. Obviously, Norton got ahead of Walker, and I saw Gallas. I was saying to Dom, he was being taken against Liverpool, and now Dawson's gone off, and Cabal cannot come back quick enough for me, really, But hopefully, if we can keep the same back five today, play 4-3-3. Because I was saying to Dom, I said, look, I don't think Sandro's played every game he played 3 games in what, 6 days, and you're going to burn him out. I think we need to give him a day just to rest, because keep that line in his cage for a little bit. So when he comes out, he'll be Everton. That's my personal feeling. And I'd play, for me, three in midfield of I think Dembele, because I think I think he's an excellent player, but he's not fully fit. I think him, Huddleston, and Sandro. Because then you've got then you've got 2 passing options. You've got Huddleston's like deep, long, Hollywood style passing, slower. You've got Carroll, who's a bit more mobile, a bit quicker. And then you've got the running of Dembele. And up front, I'd actually play Adebayor, because this thing, I'm not so sure about Clint Dempsey. I think his best position was playing off the left flank, and who knows, we might have to play in there, because especially if Bale's injured, he can't make the Everton game, and they'll probably play like a 4-4-2, so that way he'll coming in. Because I see what Dom's saying, I'm playing 4-4-2, but I don't know. I just don't know about Clint Dempsey, me personally. But I like to say, I'm thinking, give Sigurdsson, because he hasn't played that much, and I think playing the way he did to take on a man, alright, Sendoros, he's not bloody the world's best defender, but take him on, get the cross in, have the awareness, especially when you're not playing. I think it takes a bit of confidence. I think I like to build upon that. So I play a 4-3-3, and I play Falke just on the other side, playing the 2 inverse wingers, which AVB likes to play. We know that all we have to do is draw and we're through. We know that. Obviously, I don't. Are we going to top the group? I doubt it. But I don't know how the maths works on this. But if we top, if we can win this game or even draw it, we can play the fact that Panathinaikos, they really have to go all out to they have to they can't park the bus, because they know a draw's not good for them. They have to win. So therefore, on that basis, and that basis purely alone, I think let's play an attacking 4-3-3. Let's play the players that could do a bit of space, and then because if they do well, and therefore they get that confidence, it supercharges them. And I think that's what you need. Big shout out to Dom for being on this. Kevin G, Eggsy, for it's really weird that Eggsy was the first guy on this, and someone named, I don't know what pub I met Eggsy in actually. It was a bloody awful pub. It was the pub itself. It reminded me of an 80s disco. Honestly, it's something that you see only for Horses and Horses. I swear to God, Dom don't believe me, but I forgot the name of the pub though. It's at the Park Lane end, and it's just, I think it's just before you got the Spurs shop, and then you got this pub on it. I can't remember the name of the pub though. It's driving me nuts. It's at the corner. It's right near the Bell pub, if that helps. You've got this pub, the Spurs shop, and then you've got the Bell. Was it the Gill Pit? Yeah, is it the Bell pub? I forgot what it's called now. Anyway, but anyway, Eggsy, please help me out. I can't remember what pub it was called, but so be very grateful for Dom. I'm sorry it didn't work out this time, but I'm really grateful that he did it this time. He did this podcast with me. It's always great to get to hear some thoughts, and it made me think, because I can see what Dom's saying there, because if you do win the Europa, then you are playing potentially, you're the likes of Ajax getting in there, possibly even Chelsea. You're going to have some good sides that will probably drop him in, and you've got to beat the team, either beat them or beat the team that beat them. So, is there more prestige from being the Europa League? I don't know. Europa League, FA Cup, it's level pegging, I think. So thanks Tom for making me rethink how I look at Europa. Anyway, it's always great chatting with you guys. Thank you for watching this Spurs video podcast. Hopefully, I'll have a proper podcast you can listen to, an MP3, and download it. But I appreciate this, and Dom, thanks again. And please click on the ad links. Which I say all the time. I don't know if it makes a difference if I don't say that, but hopefully you will click on the ad links. I'll help make a few pennies. And on that bombshell, I'll sign off. And as always, come on, you Spurs.